Hello and welcome to Sheepdog Says number 30. I've pretty much done a month now. It depends if you count a month as 31 or 30 days, but we'll go with 30. I've done a month straight, and yeah, it's been a really good experience. I'm looking forward to doing another 30 and just comparing how far I've come between the two. Most of today's update will just be around things like Pokemon Go, but I just want to cover some bits. I've been chatting with Kev about tips for the channel and everything, and you might have noticed the past few days I've made the decision to start putting pictures on with titles and just thinking that they looked a bit more polished, but his advice is for a vlog you're supposed to have the person in the picture, some my face, usually like smiling or whatever, or giving some sort of emotion from the content. So I guess I'm going to go back to them. I just need to find a better overlay for it, or I might stick a picture in this one next to me and just so I'll leave a gap and then you know, put something next to it. Me and the family had a bit of a lie-in today, and then we went down to a place called Grays Beach. So I grew up in a town called Grays. It's a bit of a dump, to be honest. It's one of those places where I guess it's a good place to work. Well, in the olden days it was a good place to work. There's plenty of jobs there, lots of factories and stuff like that. But as you can imagine, those factories also make the place dirty. So we went down to Grays Beach, which when you have the word beach in mind, you think like sand and I don't know, nice shores or whatever. But Grays Beach is along the side of the Thames, and there's like a lovely, nice playground, and then there's this whacking great big factory just going in the background the entire time you're there. The park's lovely. They've done a lot of effort to kind of do the place up. They've got like a massive sand pit with climbing frames and like a cafe, and you know, there's just loads of kids and families there having a good day out together. And there's a yacht club there, so anyone who's got enough money to have a boat has got one moored there and that kind of thing. So, I mean, it's a nice area, just kind of blighted by the fact it is absolutely surrounded by factories and stuff like that. And it's not in the richest of areas, even though there is a yacht club there. It's a bit bizarre. The yacht club is next to probably the poorest area in town. But from a Pokemon point of view, it's perfect because there's like a long line you can walk of about, I don't know, 10 stops. So my kids were playing and I was just going up and down, spinning them for Pokeballs and you know, trying to find Magikarp. Now, we were there for probably 2.5 hours and I found 2 Magikarp, which is really frustrating because, as you are no doubt aware by now, and if you're not aware, the Mew quests came out last week, so you have to do research tasks for the professor, and in return he gets you closer and closer to being able to catch Mew, the mythical Pokemon. For a lot of people, that'll be their chance to round off all 151 first generation Pokemon. For me, it means it's that one and Tauros from America that I need. So at the moment, it's kind of a race between me going to America or me getting Mew. Neither seem that likely right now. Pretty much everyone I know that plays the game as hardcore as me has already got Mew lined up and done. My son and I are in a weird, irritating position where in January, I think it was, we both powered up our Gyarados and used all our candy up, and then we've just been kind of catching Magikarp as and when we see them. So today I said to my friends, where's the best place to catch Magikarp in Grays? There's a fort in town called Coalhouse Fort. There's like a local shopping centre on a lake, it's called Lakeside, and then there's Grays Beach. And so we discussed which would be best, and he suggested that Grays Beach was best because you can walk up and down the seafront. So yeah, I did that constantly. My feet ache. I definitely got a few kilometres done. I hatched a couple of eggs, although on the last 2 or 3 kilometres I walked, I forgot to change an egg, which it was infuriating. So they were basically wasted steps. But yeah, I think the game's trolling me now because I literally got 2 Magikarp right near the end. They didn't even spawn anywhere where I was walking. They just spawned where I was sat. Which just shows how random it can be. I got 3 Lilip for my son. He's I think I only got about 25 candy for them. Now they evolve into another thing called Credilli. I got that a long time ago. But yeah, it's interesting because I think I did have it written down next to me on his phone, but he had something like 30 more left to get. I'm guessing he's probably closer to like 28 now. He's probably got a few in the past few days. Whereas I've been on 6, I think, for so long now. So it goes up to 7 now that Mew's achievable. But it's driving me nuts knowing I can't control how or when the Pokemon appear. I keep kind of gathering in places that I think have water spawns and things like that, and they're just not following the logic. But it does lead me on to a story that I should have mentioned yesterday, and I wanted to open with this story, but I got sidetracked by my own nonsense there. I mentioned yesterday was a bit uneventful, I didn't feel very well and that kind of thing, but after I'd done the video I remembered the most ridiculous thing that happened yesterday, and I wasn't at home to be part of it, but so I mentioned we gather where there's water stops, and in Market Deeping where we live there's a lock, and it's called High Locks, and it's a good place to kind of sit around in your car and catch fish Pokemon like Magikarp. There's a gym there's some stops. We probably end up going there at least once or twice a day. On a busy day, we could be there with a crowd of, say, 20 people. There could be loads of us all sat there playing and whatnot. One of the guys I raid with was a level 40 player, so he got Mew sorted in a matter of seconds, pretty much. He just went and did it, knocked it out of the park. I think he actually held back. He's got so much candy and he's so good and into the game that he actually made it take longer for himself just so he could enjoy it. But he got a little knock at the door yesterday. His wife opened it and there were 2 police officers at his door, and they said that there's a video floating about this family had filmed him and a load of other adults sat outside their house in their cars doing something illicit, casing the joint, drug dealing, God knows what else, and suggesting that we were up to no good and we were basically causing them trouble. So my friend's wife sort of said, well, no, that's a known Pokemon gym spot. They're playing Pokemon together. They're probably just doing a raid. They're catching some fish Pokemon, whatever. And the police officer said to her, in the video, you can see our phones have Pokemon Go on them. You can see that we're catching stuff and we're, all tapping. But apparently the couple that reported said, no, it's not like that. Sometimes they have 3 or 4 phones on the go at once, and people get out of one car and they get into another car, and stand at each other's windows having a chat and all of this stuff. So the police had come around just to kind of do their bit, but they've said they're going to go back and have a go at the couple for filming people, because you're not supposed to film people, especially people with kids out and about. I think they'd built up a bit of a portfolio of videos, so it'd be like me pulling up, spinning everything and driving off, my friend pulling up, driving off. I've spent the day since then thinking of ways I can just wind them up now. Like, next time I pull up, I might just get out of my car, walk over with a bag of mixed herbs to cook with and just hand them through the window, a bit of icing sugar, hand them a whole shipment of toy guns, just make it look like we're up to no good, even though we're not. And then I just want to try and find nefarious looking ways to play Pokemon Go now. Like, do I just be playing Pokemon Go and then have a load of people climb out of my boot and run away, so it looks like I'm people trafficking or something? Which I'm not making light of them, but I just want these people to think we are the criminals that we're completely not. I had to put a statement up on our local group just saying, if you see a load of men sat around outside your house, chances are it's us playing Pokemon. Chances are it's nothing bad. Like, if you're that worried, come out and say hello. I'm nervous now that what will happen is we'll get caught up in some sort of drug bust, and it will turn out there is a group of people all out there dealing drugs and whatnot. A couple of the guys were laughing. We were saying, now we start becoming kingpins. Now we start Breaking Bad, because now we've got the perfect cover lined up. We can just take a leaf out of weeds and things like that and just start this empire, because we can say, oh no, we're just Pokemon Go players. That's all it is. But I just couldn't believe it. This is actually the second time I mentioned recently. It's the second time this has happened. We were playing at the local park, and a PCSO pulled up and said, what's going on? And was nervous because there was 14 guys just standing at the park. And we just said to her we're playing Pokemon, and she went about her business. But apparently they're aware of us now. They know us. I can't believe it's taken nearly 2 years of the game being out for them to get used to us being there, or for people to start worrying about what we're up to, because we are at that stop a lot of times. In my statement, I said, I hope it's not stressing anybody out, because we don't do anything. We literally pull up. My windows are usually shut. I might say hello to somebody, but usually we're sat in quite isolation. We don't block anyone's way. We don't sit in their driveway or anything like that. There's a car parking space that's always empty that isn't for residents. So I don't know. It's just silly. But I can't believe that the police had to spend time on that. The woman even said, if you're looking for drug dealers, there's 2 down there. Just go arrest them. But no, apparently they've got to check out these stories about us nasty Pokemon Go players. I feel like it is a wind up at the moment, this game. I'm loving it still. I'm loving the quest still. I've got to catch 10 ghost Pokemon at the moment. I've seen 1 since I got onto that quest. So I'm not even on to the Magikarp bit yet. I'm just trying to prepare for it. I think it's the next one. And I don't know what to do. I'd love a tip. If someone can have an idea that would just do it for me. There's one place in Birmingham I went to where they were spawning in abundance, and I thought I could probably catch sort of 30 or 40 there if I sat around for long enough. But that involves a 2-hour drive to Birmingham, and at the moment I don't think there's any conventions on there till September. So I guess that's my backup plan if I need it. I'm worried that Kev and Anna are going to already have 400 Magikarp candy lined up, and they'll just blaze through it and have that one before me. It's almost worth them going out of their way to do it just to spite me, to be fair. But let me know how you're getting on with the quests. Let me know how you're getting on with your Pokedexes. I'll have a quick look at mine to double check whether I am on what I thought I was. I should have had this prepared. I'm currently on 355 caught, 365 seen. So on the Kanto badge, I literally need 2. On the Johto badge, I am on 97 out of, I think it's out of 100. So I need Heracross, Smeargle and Celebi. So I can't get any of them. And then on the other one, the Hoenn Pokedex, I'm on 109. There are a few I can still get that I should be focusing on, like Slacking, and I'm trying to hatch a Wynaut, and I keep getting these annoying baby Jigglypuffs called Igglybuffs. I've had about 6 of them, and that's just heartbreaking because they're 2k eggs at the best of times, and these are supposed to be event eggs still. That's supposed to be good. I still need Flygon, Milotic. There's a few I still need. I'm just desperate to get Mew at this point. And how many of you have actually got him so far? I bet there's loads of you, and that's just going to eat me up inside. I've worked out the other day how to film. I say worked out. I followed the instructions on how to film my screen, so I thought I might try and do some in-game action sort of footage. My worry with that is it'll go down the middle. That's like I can't actually do it. So it'll, like, you know, only take up that much, and the rest of the screen will be wrecked. So that bothers me. I don't know whether I can make it half and half and somehow fix it, but I'll do some research, and if I can have my face on one side and the thing on the other without having to get 2 cameras or something, then that'll be awesome. But I suppose there are people that do those sorts of videos. I just don't want to be one of those annoying people who has to overreact about everything. I watched, I think it's called Poker Chick, and she's just too emotional, and it's like, come on, like, you're an adult. Anyway, that's enough from me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this past month and all your support and everything. I really appreciate it. I think I'm 11 away from 200 followers now. I wanted to get to 1,000 within 100 days, which is mid-June. I'm starting to think that seems ambitious unless I'm going to do something that gets really popular. I have got, as I said, video plans for Lampup and Bosco and stuff like that, which I'll sit and make at some point. I'm thinking of just making a series off the bat and then releasing them once a week or whatever, while I do other videos around them, and in that way that could keep it going. But anyway, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Have a good day, and let me know in the comments how you're getting on with your Mew quests, Pokemon Go, and anything else. And thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.